I pray like it's up to God. I work like it's up to me. I woke up this morning, that means God's not done with me.
Welcome back to Hammer and Hype. I'm Tyler, I'm the Hammer.
I'm Will. I'm the hype.
So today,
What about Platinum Roofing?
oh, that's right, we're
What are you
sponsored by
doing?
Platinum Roofing.
Let's try that again.
No, that's good, leave it alone.
That's good enough? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Our sponsor's not going to be very happy with you because you deserve more than just a roof. There you go. Is that better?
That's better.
Okay.
So today, we thought we would play Two Truths and a Lie specific to jobs.
Okay.
It could be jobs that we've done, could just be jobs that we just looked at or whatever. Just any situation that we've had at work.
All right. So, question though. What does the winner get and what does the loser get?
A crisp high five.
Crisp high five. Okay. All right. You don't want to come up with something
It's just-
creative?
it's just- we can.
I think the loser should get like a pie to the face or something.
Ooh, or a what's that one? The Pain harmonica. You ever seen that one?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's where you have a Hanukkah, or not Hanukkah. I'm sorry, harmonica.
Harmonica, yes.
You have a harmonica and you play it, and then somebody slaps you in the shin with like a ruler. You ever seen that one?
Do you have a harmonica?
No.
Then how are we supposed to do that?
I don't know. The thought popped in my head and I blurted.
Okay,
it out.
how about this? You guys vote.
I'm down for the. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. You guys tell us what the loser gets.
Put down in the comments. Give us some ideas.
Yeah, that'll
All
be
right.
fun. Okay.
We'll do that. So,
Two truths and a lie.
Two truths and a lie. So each of us have to read out our two truths and a lie, and the other person has to decide which one's the lie. What if we both get it right, though?
Then we both get it because we both lose.
All right. I'm down for that.
Okay. Problem is, he's a lot better at poker than I am, but I do have some pretty wild stories. So it kind of might help me.
It might, yeah, because that lie in there might be, it's,
I'm not a very good poker player.
It's blended pretty well.
Yes. Okay. Who wants to go first? Do you want to do one story each at a time?
No.
Do all three?
Read all three. So I don't care who goes first, but whoever goes first, you read all three, and then the other person gets to start asking.
Do we have a time limit? Or do we have a question limit?
I don't know. I don't think so.
We'll let Dory be the judge of it.
There you go. Yeah.
3 questions.
3.
Yep.
3 per.
3 per story.
Three per story.
Okay, there you go. I like that.
Okay.
Or we'll do that.
All right, you go first.
Okay, I'll go
You read off. This is an excited face, by the way.
All right. I received a call from a customer during an install that the crew was working in their underwear.
Okay.
I was once asked if I would take a broken down boat as payment for the roof install. I once had a customer that wanted me to work the Gators logo in the shingles for her roof install.
Okay. Those are fun. All right, so the job with the underwear.
Mm-hmm.
Where was it?
Deltona?
Deltona job?
Delam?
In that area?
I think it was Deltona. Nope, DeBerry.
It was in DeBerry.
Yep.
You sure?
Yep.
What color were the shingles? Do you remember? Or was it tile?
No shingles. I think it was a steak gray.
Steak gray. Okay. Now the Gator one was a male or female client?
Female.
Female?
Mm-hmm.
Did she go to college there?
I don't know.
Don't know.
They were Gators fans though.
Definitely Gator fans. Was that shingle as well?
Yep.
What was the second one? Because I was sorry, I was lost when you said underwear.
The one
underwear.
the one you're missing is the boat payment.
The boat payment.
Boat payment.
I could see that. I could see that one. What kind of boat was it?
Fishing boat, some center console fishing boat. I don't know.
Did you take it? No. No? Okay.
No, it was a broke down boat. I wanted nothing to do with it.
Okay, so that's 2 questions. I can see.
I think you got one each because I think you've asked 2 each.
Okay.
Right? Does that sound about right?
So on the Gator shingle one, what shingles did they use?
You mean like brand?
Yeah.
Owens Corner.
There's not really any orange and blue to do that with, so that could have been done.
No, there wasn't. Yeah, it couldn't have been done.
but they asked.
Was it Owens Corning? I think it was.
Okay. And then on the underwear one, when did they call? Morning or night?
Midday.
Midday?
Yeah.
I think the Gator one.
You still got one more question.
Sorry, I don't need it.
Okay. You making your choice?
Yes.
All right.
Out of the three, I say the Gator one's the fake one.
That's the lie?
That's the lie.
Final answer?
Final answer.
It's true.
Because I can see someone offering you a boat.
That was the fake.
Because I've been offered a lot of stuff.
That was the lie.
The boat?
The boat one was a lie.
Really?
Mhm.
Was the crew in their underwear?
No.
Why did they say that though?
I think they were wearing shorts. I think one of the guys took his shirt off because it was hot.
Okay,
He was probably,
so I was wrong.
and he was probably wearing shorts.
Was it the 70s?
I wear shorts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a new thing now.
Yeah.
It's back.
Yep.
Wow. Told you you had a good
It was an older lady that I don't know. She looked out the window and I guess she thought he was in his underwear and called in a panic. Your guys are out here working in their underwear. I showed up and they weren't.
Okay, mine aren't near as funny as yours.
I could have seen the boat.
Well, she sent me a photo and he had his shirt off, but his shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short shorts.
Yeah. I mean, I showed up and told him put your shirt on, but it wasn't underwear,
Okay.
which I thought was crazy. Actually, I have another story about. Actually, I'm gonna save that one.
You gonna say that one?
I'm gonna save that one. No, I'll tell it. Screw it. We had just finished a roof, and I think it was like the next day. There was a pair of underwear on a customer's driveway, and she called accusing that one of our guys left their underwear on the driveway. It wasn't our guys. Our guys had been. This is where I used to work. Our guys had been working for us for years,
Nothing like that ever happened.
and nothing like that ever happened. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
I had no way to prove whether they did or didn't, but I knew they did.
No. I've heard stories of, well,
And they
one
weren't in
was
the
a true
greatest
story.
neighborhoods.
If we're going to do a roof related one, and this is unrelated to what we're doing, but one of the crew decided that instead of jumping off the roof, they had a tarp on from second story to first story. So he decided to urinate in a bottle under that tarp in front of a window.
Mm.
And the homeowner was sitting in his office right there while the guy was urinating in a bottle while on the roof. Yeah, that was a good fun phone call.
Yeah, that's a great phone call. Yeah.
So those things happen. That was for a different company. It was not ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't allow that. But wild shit happens. What about the guy that shit in a stucco bag?
Yeah.
That one was fun. That homeowner was like, oh yeah, the kids are here. I hired a stucco crew because my crew couldn't make it. It was like 5-6 years ago. And the guy was in the backyard, and this house is on a golf course, with a piece of plastic over a bush, shitting in a stucco bag. That was fun. While his kids were running around in the driveway and around the car that was in the park. Yeah, it was not a good situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that person had to go. Yeah, they never came back.
100%.
Brought the whole family. They had a grill out of the back of the car. They started grilling food in the driveway.
The stucco crew?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun scenario. All right, so your turn. I'm telling you now, I do not have a poker face. I'm going to do my best.
Just focus on the phone and read.
Yes. And man, I wish I had a fun one like you. I did. I didn't think about it until after you told me about the underwear.
Save it for another one. We'll do this again.
Underwear got me excited. All right. So I walked into an estimate for a kitchen remodel, and they had a dead rat on the stove caught in a trap. I went to an estimate for a whole home remodel, and the homeowner allowed the goats to walk in and out like pet dogs. I went to a roof estimate for a supposed mobile home, and it was a camper with a lean-to over it.
I'm not gonna lie, the camper one, that's almost too obvious. That has to be the lie. All right, so the rat situation. How long do you think the rat was there?
Too long. It'd been there for at least a day.
Where was this house located?
Pine Hills. It was like somewhere between Pine Hills and Ocoee. It was like the Hiawassee area.
And what was the remodel?
Kitchen remodel.
Kitchen remodel.
That's your 3.
The camper with the lean-to. You said you went to a roof estimate. What was the roof estimate? Was it a repair or a replacement? What was it?
They wanted a new roof.
They wanted a new roof. And was the camper like an RV, or was it like a tow behind, or was it like a mobile home?
It was like a fifth wheel.
Like a fifth wheel.
It was a fifth wheel.
What was the other one? The other one was the goats. What was that remodel?
The whole house. It was a guest house.
So remodel the whole house. And the goats were walking in and out of the guest house or the real house?
Guest house. Like pets. I didn't go into the main house, so I'm not sure. It was on a farm, I'll give you that.
I'm gonna go with the camper. It's almost too believable. That's my final answer. Camper one.
Is what, the fake one or the real one?
The fake one. That's the lie.
Yeah.
That had nothing to do with your face. That just the story was too believable.
That's what I was trying to do.
And that's exactly what I did with my my boat story. I was like, this one's what like they're gonna say right off the bat.
It's too easy.
That this is 100% true. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why I figured the lean-to one would work for you. But yes, I went to an estimate. They had a guest house. It was on a farm, and the goats just walked in and out like it was nothing, dropping the little droppings everywhere, and it was no big deal. It was gross. I'm like, okay. Let's just say I didn't do that remodel. And the rat one was definitely a no too.
That was a no too.
That was a no
Man.
too.
That's why I was like, I could. The goats and the rats, they sound crazy, but they're believable. The other one is too believable. Damn, it's too
I tried.
simple.
See?
It's too
Told you.
simple.
He's too good at this. All right, so what was the story you wanted to tell me? Oh, you already told me about the underwear.
The underwear on the driveway. Yeah. Well, let's get into some stories. Just any story, any crazy, weird. Could be even the most normal story that you've ever seen. It could be a job that you worked on. Could be a job that you just looked at. Maybe it's a story that you even heard from somebody else.
Okay, so what people don't realize, being a salesman, I wasn't always just the salesman. I've always ran my own companies. But being a salesman, you go into a lot of people's homes.
Mhm.
You get to meet a lot of different people. A lot of random things happen. A lot of good, some bad. You know, getting chased by a dog, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Craziest story I ever had is when I was, say, in my 20s. Me and my dad had our first construction company in Naples, and we got called to do an estimate on a master bathroom remodel. All right. So let me paint you a picture. It's normal home, pulling up cars in the driveway. Very typical. Ring the doorbell. Lady answers. She's wearing nothing but a silk kimono, and we don't know what's underneath, but we're like, okay. And she's acting a little awkward. And we're like, oh, okay. I guess this is what we're going to do now. We're going to go, this lady's, at least she's covered. She was an older lady. They were probably in their 40s. Well, she's like, well, follow me. I'm going to take you to the master bathroom. Don't mind my friends in my bedroom. And let's go take a look at the bathroom remodel. So my dad and I follow her into the master bedroom, and there's 3 women in lingerie snuggling and canoodling on the bed as we walk into the bathroom. So it was one of those scenarios where you're like, okay,
What have we just found ourselves with?
yeah, what's
Yeah.
about to happen? Am I about to get, drugged?
Yeah.
Like, am I about to be captured? And they're like, so what do you think? Here's the bathroom. And we talked for a few minutes, and we're like, well, I don't think this is a job for us. And we worked our way out of that house very, very quickly. But that was wild.
What was this an appointment? Like
Yes.
basically, like she knew you were coming.
Yes. It was a called appointment. It was like, hey, yeah, you can come by Wednesday at noon, blah, 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 blah. I'll have the bathroom ready for you to look at for the remodel. And that was not what I wonder what other men fell into that trap
Mm-hmm.
on their own. Luckily, there was 2 of us.
Yeah, that's what's wild to me. That there's no way that's a daily occurrence. That has to be a scheduled occurrence.
Yes, they
And,
plan that. They're like, oh, let's schedule some appointments with some plumbers and contractors and see who takes the bait, kind of thing.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, it was quite awkward.
Well, in that spirit, I have another similar story.
Okay.
This is one that I've heard from somebody. I did not witness this firsthand. One of our sales reps, it was a tile roof, went to go give a roof estimate on a tile roof, and it was an appointment.
Yep.
Daytime, whatever. He knocks on the door. The person who answers the door, they're wearing, if I believe correctly, no shirt and their pants are unbuttoned.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the shirt part, but the pants were definitely unbuttoned. And they proceed to show him into the house, to show him, I don't even know.
The leaks.
He may have just invited him in. I don't know. And there was, on his big screen TV was adult entertainment.
Oh,
He worked his way out of there pretty quick.
very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't witness this. I just heard the story in the office that day. And I'm like, oh,
That's fun.
yeah.
Yeah. So we're very careful on getting the vibe before we go into some of these appointments.
Yeah.
Especially with dogs and things like that we have to contend with. But I never have a problem with the animals, which is weird. I mean, I went to an estimate and very lovely people down in Naples. It was a very expensive home. And they had a little fluffy white dog and seemed friendly enough. And they're like, are you okay with animals? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine with dogs. And he's like, okay. So we go and we sit down on the couch and we start talking about what they want to get done. And their dog climbs up in my lap and is like snuggling me, rubbing and nosing me, licks my chin. And I carry nothing about it. And we just get through the whole conversation about what the next steps are to kind of plan on a project and get her an estimate and the things that I will need. And they're like, oh, awesome. I think let's schedule another appointment and pick out some colors and pick out some products and things. And I'm like, okay, cool. So as I'm leaving, the wife was like, yeah, man, I just can't believe that, Fluffy or whatever the dog's name took to you so well. I'm like, oh, really? She's like, yeah, she doesn't really like people. I'm like, oh, yeah, she's actually under investigation because she bit a FedEx guy the other day. And we just got her back out of the impound. So we're looking into this because she's overly aggressive. And I'm looked at this lady and I'm like,
So you let this dog
lick my face. She's like, well, she seemed to like you. I'm like, yeah, okay, but like you could have warned me that.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? It's probably better that she didn't warn me because then I probably would have had a different vibe.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
And then, yeah.
So it's probably good that she didn't because I thought nothing. I thought it was just a
You would have
fluffy
had a
dog.
defensive vibe, and then the dog would have had an aggressive vibe.
Correct.
Probably.
And I was just like, oh, it's just a fluffy dog, whatever. And
Yeah.
just kept carrying on my day. The dog's like curled up in my lap. And it just bit someone like 2 days early. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, thank you. Yeah, I didn't take that job either.
Yeah.
Any other wild stories on your end?
Let's see. I'm trying to think of. I got some wild stories. They're not all popping to the top of the noggin right now.
What is like your most heartwarming story? Because I have some good stories on things that I've done during a build that I could share as well. Do you have anything heartwarming?
Oh, well, the first one that comes to mind is it was a tile roof down in Kissimmee, and it was in a neighborhood, like a tract home neighborhood, and basically they didn't install these tile roofs correctly on any of the houses in this neighborhood.
Yeah.
And this lady had a leak that had been leaking for a while, and she had called out more than one roofer, probably multiple roofers, I don't know, to try to fix this leak, and handyman, whatever, and it just never fixed it. And she was a widow too.
Okay.
So she was really just struggling. She's like, I just want this damn thing fixed, and I was able to fix it. And the next rain, she sent me a text saying, OMG, it's not leaking. Thank you so much. You don't know how much this means to me.
That's
That felt
awesome.
good.
That felt good.
That felt good.
Yes. Random story. I always have tons of stories because my specialty is grandmas.
Mhm.
I just have a thing with older women. I just love old ladies. They're just like the sweetest. Maybe because I don't have a grandmother left because all mine have passed. So at a young age. So for me, they're all grandma to me. Every one of them. So I have a lot of stories getting a lot of things like George Foreman's and random stuff given to me from older ladies like I'm their grandchild. But one was I was remodeling a lady's kitchen. Her husband was a lot older. He was an Air Force vet, very cool guy, but he struggled. They were very old, and he fell in his room and like trying to get dressed, and he's in his underwear. It was very awkward, and they didn't know what to do. So I went in and like helped this guy get up, and that way she could take him to the doctor or call 911 or whatever they needed to do. But he like kind of passed out and just fell. So I had to go in there and lift this 250-pound grown older man and help him get into the car and like help him get dressed. And just say I had no shortage of baked goods through the whole project. I brought home snickerdoodles and brownies and cookies. She was baking something different every day that I was bringing. I couldn't eat it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was one of those moments where I was there at the right time to help somebody. Otherwise, they probably would have had to call an ambulance to get him up. There was no way she was going to get him up.
Right.
But, you know, you rise to the occasion when things like that happen. But like I still randomly she still calls me every once in a while. It's been 6-7 years since I helped her, and she still calls me every once in a while, asks me how I'm doing, if I'm still doing construction work. Super sweet lady. She'll always be a friend now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Super thing. Yeah, that was one thing that is different from doing roofing. It's what I like and dislike about doing the roofing, because we might have at the longest with a metal or a tile roof a week with a client. Remodeling, I'm in their house from anywhere from 2 weeks to 3 months.
Right, and you're in their house too.
In the house.
Right.
I hear the husband and wife argue. I hear the kids talking back and the screaming and slamming of doors. And I become like a family therapist, being in their home that long. You know, sitting there having a beer with the homeowner at the end of the day, talking about how their day was, you know. So you get to know, you know, like remodeling your house, and we became friends. Roofing, I don't get that same.
You're in and out, most of them in 1 to 2 days.
Yeah.
If you do step foot in the house, it's at the sales appointment that you're there for maybe an hour.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
And maybe come by at the end and collect a check or something. So it's not as intimate.
Right.
Which is good in some circumstances, because most of my clients are great. You know, I really enjoyed what I did for a long time. I think I got burnt out doing interiors. Made a lot of really good homeowner friends that are still friends on my Facebook now. My very first client after I left my dad, she comes down for Christmas and brings gifts for the boys. I worked on her boyfriend's house at the time when Dean was first born. So 12 years ago. So we still stay in contact. She still comes flying down. Yeah.
I was pregnant with Derek.
Yeah. So we got a picture of Dean as a baby on the property while I was working when he was a baby.
Okay.
So she's still a good friend. So with roofing, it's different, but you know, but there's also people that you could not wait to get out of their home.
Right.
They were
so the 2-day turnaround that you're not in their home, that's a blessing.
Yeah, like we're friends
in that regard.
Yeah, yeah. But if they're batshit crazy, you're stuck.
You're stuck.
Yeah. Yeah. I said that, Dory. Batshit crazy. So I had a homeowner on the east coast of Florida, and she was a little eccentric, but fun. You know, I mean, when I got done with her inspection, she gave me a gift. And the gift was all the leftover beer from their party out of the refrigerator. She put in a big box for me to take with me because she enjoyed the appointment so much. But her husband was allergic to bat shit.
Literally. Okay.
Literally. So it was like a big deal. She's like, listen, I need the inclusions. We can't have bats in there. This is going to be a big, huge thing. He's allergic to it. You know, it could kill him if we have any bat feces in the attic. So I want to make sure that, you know, there's the shortest amount of time that roof is off and put back together. Nothing gets in that attic because...
And this was a roof, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So for you, this is a pretty long drawn out story, but it's pretty funny. You know how hard it is to get rid of bats out of an attic because you can only do it so many times a year. Did you know that?
I know nothing about
There's
bats.
a very short period of time.
I've dealt with like rodents in an attic, like squirrels and rats and stuff, but no, I've never dealt with bats.
So with bats, there's a particular time of year that you're allowed to remove them.
Okay.
Because they are protected. So once they get in your attic, you can't get them out. You're not allowed to. You can't capture and release them. You have to wait until August or whatever that time frame is. We'll have to look it up and let people know. Maybe one of you guys know. But So once they're there, they're there. You can't get them out. So it's awful. It's a very, very big thing on the East Coast. So this lady's like, yeah, so obviously I'm batshit crazy. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. Batshit crazy. You know, that's funny. Haha. So job goes really, really well. Job's all done. I get a huge, resounding 5-star review. Well, the company I was working with took too long to pay the inclusion guy, and she was not happy about that.
So she's probably getting calls from the inclusion guy.
No,
I'm assuming.
no. This lady
Then how does she know?
She kept checking with me every week to make sure that he was getting paid.
I see. Okay.
And I said, ma'am, I don't particularly, this department pays the guy.
Yeah, I don't run
He had to get his paperwork in. And she was like, every other day, have you paid him yet? I don't know what's taking so long. What is your problem? Like, I'm glad I didn't have to work in her house. So that's one of those instances where I was glad that I met her once, and then once at the end to do a final cleanup, and I was gone because she hounded for. I would call management, like, dude, I will freaking send this guy a Venmo. Like, we need this guy paid. It was only like $250, but because of all the paperwork and the large company, it was taking them forever to get. They're like, well, we can't pay anybody till we have all the paperwork and all the insurances and licenses and that, because that'll go against us, and that's just how we do things. And I'm like, I get it, but I'm like, dude, like, this lady is calling me every day to ask me if this guy had a check released yet. So that was a very long, drawn out problem client that I wasn't used to being a roofer now, because usually it's 1 or 2 days if they're a little eccentric or difficult, that it was okay.
Mhm.
I mean, like, the worst we get is homeowners that like to walk out barefoot in the middle of a job. And we're like, ma'am, put some shoes on. Oh, it'll be fine. I'm like, no, it won't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put some shoes on.
Yeah. Those nails coming down.
You got any cool stories like that, or funny stories? Random facts?
Let's see here. I do have, I have one.
Okay.
We were doing a tile roof,
Okay.
and it was in a neighborhood. The whole neighborhood's tile, and it's all barrel tile. This homeowner chose flat tile and got the okay from the HOA.
All right.
I don't remember if they got an official letter or whatever. Maybe if I remember correctly, he basically called the HOA and they said, as long as it's concrete tile, you're fine. Because this neighborhood they didn't have any color specifics, whatever. It was just, yeah, it has to be concrete tile. Basically, you can't tear it off. You can't put shingles on it, basically.
Yeah.
So cut to a few weeks later, we're doing the roof and we're installing the tile. We are getting calls at the office off the hook from one particular neighbor saying, we need to stop this job right now. You are not allowed to put shingles on this roof. And we said, we're not putting shingles on the roof. It's a flat tile. I'm looking at it right now. It's a shingle roof. And I had to stop what I was doing, drive 45 minutes to this house to get there to confirm we are doing tile. I already knew we were doing tile. I ordered the tile.
Yeah.
I went to the job during delivery. They delivered tile. I looked right at it. But I had to go there and show face to face, this is tile. I had to grab a tile from the pallet and say, this is tile. Well, you're not allowed to install flat tile. Actually, you are. The homeowner has approval.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he didn't think to call the HOA before calling us, but he then called the HOA, and the HOA said, yes, this is allowed.
So that was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was a fun day. It wasn't a long, drawn-out thing.
No, but it was...
It was a day that I had to stop what I was doing to go there.
And argue with an idiot.
Yeah.
As I like to call a PITA, as we call it. PITA. You can spell it on your own and figure out what that means.
Yep.
So, funny one. So, I was working on... I was doing a kitchen remodel for a lovely older lady in a particular neighborhood. And she had a tree. So this is unrelated to what I was doing, but I got to witness the whole thing, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful to watch. So I was dying inside. So one of the trees were rotting and dying, and it had a disease that could spread to other trees. So she hired an arborist to come out, somebody that is licensed and has a degree in plants.
Yeah.
Study the tree and do samples and find out that, yes, absolutely, this is a diseased tree and is a liability to the other trees around it. It has to be taken down. I'm like, oh, cool. I learned something new today. You know, I understand. All right, cool. Like I know now I know to watch out for these kind of things and what kind of
Mhm.
tree it is and what I'm supposed to look at. And I'm in the next couple of days, I'm continuing on the remodel and the tree service shows up to remove this tree. It has to be done in a particular manner so it doesn't spread the disease. So they have to make sure they get everything captured. And one of the neighbors comes out and starts screaming at the tree guys. Murderers.
Oh,
Tree murderers. It was great. I like picked up my cup of coffee, walked outside on the front porch and just sat there and watched the show because you got a yuppie tree guy arborist out there with long hair and like a hiking hat. You know, I'm surprised he's not wearing like Jesus shoes. Like you could tell this guy was a tree lover.
Mhm.
And this other lady just berating him and him going, listen, man, I have a degree in trees, and this tree is disease, and you're a murderer, going ballistic, and would not like hug the tree and wouldn't let him take the tree.
oh my God.
Oh yeah, so it turned into a whole thing, and the HOA had to come out there to remove this lady from the job and everything, and they all had to try to explain to her that that tree was going to make the other tree sick, ma'am, and it needed to be removed
Right.
for the health of the other trees. And she was inside her house because she wasn't allowed to go back outside, screaming murderer from her window. So, yeah,
What part of town was this in?
Longwood.
The Longwood?
You know the area, but I don't want to shout out the neighborhood. It's not far from your house. I'm sure you can figure out which one it was.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I could figure out. I could figure out in the neighborhood, but I can't figure out like.
We'll be going in there soon.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a-
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a good place to end it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Comment below what you think Will's loss is going to be.
Oh, yeah. Dang it. I thought you forgot about that.
Nope. Not forgetting about that one.
Okay. Now, it cannot be dangerous, destructive. Or
No. Yeah.
So, but something that would be fun. I mean,
Like a pie in the face or a
bucket of Jello down the pants, whatever. It's not dangerous, but it's hilarious. I'll make good
Yeah, yeah.
content. So I don't, I've been abused plenty of times. The what?
Ice water.
ice water. Yeah, bucket of ice water.
I won't have a problem with that.
Okay. Well, then don't comment that.
Or am I? Maybe that's my poker face.
Well, thank you for tuning in to Hammer and Hype. As always, we're presented by Platinum Roofing Services.
Because you deserve more than just a roof. Have a great day.
They build